Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into another topic in home video history. This time we're going to talk about the incredible history and eventual rise and fall of Blockbuster Video. This is truly a story of dominance, innovation, missed opportunities, dramatic decline, and corporate America really at its worst. From its humble beginnings in Texas to becoming a global giant, and finally to its fall and the rise of digital streaming, let's explore the full history of Blockbuster Video. Our story begins in Dallas, Texas in 1985. David Cook, who was a computer software expert working in the oil and gas industry, opened the first Blockbuster Video store after his wife told him it was time to do something different. Now, what set Blockbuster apart from the start was its advanced inventory system. Using Cook's expertise in software, Blockbuster implemented a computerized tracking system, which allowed the store to manage a much larger inventory than typical mom-and-pop video rental shops. This technology enabled Blockbuster to offer thousands of titles, ensuring that customers always found what they were looking for. Combined with their family-friendly, brightly lit store layout, Blockbuster quickly became a hit, and by the end of 1985, Cook had opened 3 more stores in Texas. Blockbuster's early success caught the attention of investor Wayne Huizenga, who acquired the company in 1987. Huizenga was the former owner of Waste Management, so he has money, and he saw massive potential in Blockbuster. Under his leadership, Blockbuster embarked on an aggressive expansion strategy. The company began franchising, which allowed it to rapidly scale. Within just 2 years, Blockbuster had expanded to over 800 stores. By 1992, the number had ballooned to over 2,800 stores worldwide. The company's strategy was clear: saturate the market, drive out the competition, and dominate the video rental industry. And that's what they did. Many mom and pop shops and small business video rental stores suffered and eventually closed because of Blockbuster's relentless expansion and corporate greed, really. Now, in 1991, after many years of success, Blockbuster finally went public and offered shares on the New York Stock Exchange. The IPO was a resounding success, and Blockbuster's stock soared. Remember, this is the 90s, so anything technology and any new stock just took off like crazy. This is all before the dot-com boom, and this is all before the recession in 2008. Stocks were flying. With this influx of capital, Blockbuster began to diversify its business. They acquired the Sound Warehouse and Music Plus chains and finally entered the music retail market. Not stopping there, Blockbuster also ventured into other entertainment areas, including bookstores and amusement parks. In 1994, Viacom eventually acquired Blockbuster for $8.4 billion, and they hoped to leverage their extensive retail network to promote Blockbuster's entertainment content. In the mid-1990s, Blockbuster continued to expand. They recognized the growing popularity of video games, and they started renting out games as well as music and movies. This move was a hit. It attracted a younger demographic, and it further solidified Blockbuster's place in home entertainment. By offering not just movies, but also video games, Blockbuster truly became a one-stop shop for family entertainment. I know that my family and I spent many weekend nights at Blockbuster picking out the latest Nintendo 64 or PlayStation game. I could not wait to go to Blockbuster, and to be honest, I was a bigger video game renter than I was a movie renter. Blockbuster, to me, was known for video games. And the video game rental market was lucrative. Blockbuster's extensive network of stores meant that customers always had easy access to the latest games, and this diversification into video games seemed to guarantee Blockbuster's dominance for years to come. However, as easy as that access was to all the latest games, you and I both know that when you went there on a Friday night and you were looking for that new game, chances are someone already beat you to it, and that was the worst feeling in the world. Now, in the year 2000, Blockbuster had a critical moment in their history. Reed Hastings, the founder of Netflix, approached Blockbuster with an offer. He flew all the way in from California and was trying to sell his small, struggling company that offered DVD rentals by mail. Hastings proposed selling Netflix to Blockbuster for $50 million. However, Blockbuster's executives laughed off the offer, considering their business model far superior. And to be honest, I don't know that I fully blame them. In the year 2000, renting DVDs by mail probably didn't seem like a very viable business option. They already had all these retail stores. They had the market cornered. There was really no need for them to get into the mail rental business. They had a store on every corner in the United States. However, this decision would quickly become one of the most infamous missed opportunities in business history, because while Blockbuster dismissed Netflix, Hastings and his team continued to innovate, focusing on improving their service and then eventually moving into the streaming market, which obviously lands Netflix where they are today as arguably the biggest entertainment company in the world. Now, the Blockbuster executives maybe couldn't have looked that far forward, but if you imagine buying Netflix for $50 million in the year 2000, compared to what it's worth today, Blockbuster potentially could have been one of the largest companies in the world, period, never mind just the biggest video rental or entertainment company. They would have been Netflix on steroids, or, to be honest, they may have bought it up and completely ruined it, and Netflix may have never existed. I guess we'll never know. So Blockbuster blocked that offer and they laughed their way to the bank throughout the 2000s until about 2007. In 2007, that's when Netflix launched its streaming service, which was a revolutionary service that allowed customers to watch movies and TV shows instantly online. This was a complete game changer for the entertainment industry. Consumers loved the convenience of streaming and it quickly gained traction. Now, Blockbuster, seeing that shift, tried to compete by launching its own online rental service, Total Access, and then later Blockbuster On Demand, which was a streaming service. However, both Total Access and Blockbuster On Demand were complete failures. So despite these efforts, Blockbuster struggled to transition from physical rentals to digital. The company's large number of physical stores, which was once its greatest asset, became a significant liability as maintaining them became increasingly costly in the face of declining rentals and declining revenue. In 2008, the massive financial recession dealt a severe blow to Blockbuster. As the economy tightened, customers cut back on discretionary spending, including video rentals and video games. At the same time, Redbox launched with its low-cost, easily accessible rental kiosks, and they started to gain massive market share right away. Redbox was offering DVD rentals for just $1 a day, which was appealing to budget-conscious consumers. Blockbuster's higher rental prices and additional fees made it much less competitive in this recession. So combined with the rapid adoption of streaming services, Blockbuster's customer base began to completely erode. By 2010, Blockbuster was in dire financial straits. The company had amassed over $1 billion in debt and filed for bankruptcy. Store closures swept across the country. I know this is when my local Blockbuster closed, and the once iconic brand was dismantled piece by piece. Now today, only one Blockbuster store remains, located in Bend, Oregon. It stands as a nostalgic relic of the past, a place where visitors can relive their memories of browsing the aisles for the perfect Friday night movie. This final store has become a cultural landmark, drawing visitors from around the world who want to experience a piece of history. And it's a poignant reminder of how quickly the world can change and how even the mightiest companies on top of the world can completely fall off. However, as much nostalgia and excitement as there is around Blockbuster, and the Blockbuster brand is still an iconic brand, even though they're no longer in business, I do have to say that overall their impact on video rental was probably a net negative. The golden days of video rental were before I was born, truly, in the 80s, early 90s. And that was when you had unique mom and pop local small business video stores who could cater to their local customers and hired employees who truly cared about movies and were there to curate a collection and give you great recommendations. They were a real source of local pride and a hangout spot versus a corporate rental store which was simply there for the money. Some of those mom and pop shops did make it and they stayed there along with Blockbuster, but it's a shame that we didn't see more of that. But I guess that's America, right? One brand took over, they completely expanded, shut everybody else out, drove out the competition, really had a bit of a monopoly on the market for a while, and then eventually completely fell off. And now we're seeing more local video rental places pop back up, and we're seeing the resurgence of places like Kim's Video Underground in Alamo, New York, that really serve as a better cultural landmark and piece of nostalgia if you truly want to get into what the video rental stores were really like before Blockbuster. So Blockbuster's story, it's a fascinating tale of rapid rise and dramatic fall, a reminder of how quickly industries can change, the story of innovation, competition, and ultimately the relentless march of technology. And at the end of the day, as much as we romanticize Blockbuster, you have to remember those local video stores. They were the true heroes of the video rental craze of the 80s and 90s. And it's a real shame that Blockbuster eventually wiped them all out and then took itself out as well. So thanks for joining me on this trip down memory lane. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification icon. I have lots of subscribers and the videos aren't necessarily getting to all of you, so make sure you have your notifications on so you don't miss a video. And if you want more deep dives into the history of home video like this one, you know where to look, right here on the channel. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, stay healthy out there, and I'll talk to you all soon.